The next time you experience sibling conflict, think strategically. I don't think kids know how to solve problems very well. We can teach them. Let me share with you some ideas. I'm Dr. Scott Taransky. You might want to look at my free ebook, Helping or Equipping Children to Self-Regulate Emotions at biblicalparenting.org. Now let's talk about kids and conflict, because what happens in a child's life when they experience conflict, two things are going on. One is there's a problem or a difference, and there's emotion. If there wasn't any emotion, it would just be a problem. We'd solve the problem. But we see both of those. We see the anger usually, and then we also see the problem or the difference. So let's take those apart and let's just work for a moment on the problem solving side, and then we'll deal with the anger side in another video. But in the problem solving side, children don't solve problems very well. I think sometimes they rely on parents to solve problems because they don't have the solutions that they need. And so they call mom or they call dad to step into the situation. I would suggest, instead of receiving that problem and saying, okay, I'll solve it, you take the toy for 5 minutes and you have the toy for 5 minutes. Well, rather what we do is we step in and say, hey, you guys why don't you sit in chairs, look at each other, talk about it, and see where we can go with this. And so in other words, we're teaching children how to communicate. You might say, my kids are just going to sit in the chairs and look at each other. Well, you might say to one, why don't you start with this idea? I have an idea, and share your idea, and just try to get the conversation moving a little bit more. And as you do, then you'll be teaching children how to problem solve, how to negotiate, how to communicate, how to persuade. All of these things that are very important for children to learn and develop. So use sibling conflict as a great tool, because almost all children do not have the internal structures to manage sibling conflict well. That's why they have parents. And you can use it strategically. Instead of being the problem solver, you can be the person who teaches them how to solve problems. Every time sibling conflict comes up, it's an opportunity for relationship training. See if you can use it that way and see if that'll be helpful. Hey, contact me here or make a comment or like what I'm sharing. I'd sure appreciate it. Thanks a lot.